Hi there, it's Laura from Make Life Lovely. Today I'm sharing with you a witch Halloween party that I put together. You might not know I do lots of crafts, but I also am a party stylist as well. So I do some pretty fun parties. I style parties for myself and for Oriental Trading Company. So today I'm excited to share this witch Halloween party with you and show you all of the fun details I put together. So whenever I'm putting together a party, I think about what I want it to look like, the different colors, and the theme. And so I wanted this witch Halloween party to be a little bit fancy. I wanted it to be a bougie witch with pretty floral details. So I incorporated a few softer colors like the light purple, some light pretty orange and cream pumpkins and white, to soften the witchy look a little bit and play off of all of the black. I am definitely using a lot of black in this party. I wanted mostly blacks and purples. So here you can see the place settings. I made these cool little skull cakes out of a cool cake mold that I have. I took bones and I wrapped pretty ribbon around it to add some more of that feminine detail to it. I bought a set of mini black witch hats that were super cute. So I put one at each place setting, but they came very plain. They were just basic black witch hat. And so I took small little berries, little glitter skulls, purple and blue flowers, a black ostrich feather, little pumpkins, little spiders, and added all of those details to each one. I think it added a nice feminine touch, and it also just dressed it up a little bit, made it look more interesting. I love these cauldron mugs at each place setting too. They look so witchy and perfect for a Halloween party. I think a Halloween party just isn't complete without a cool candelabra. It's giving Haunted Mansion vibes, which I love. I added some of those fake spider webs across it and then some battery-powered taper candles to it. And I love, love, love the way it turned out. Sometimes when people use the spider webs, they look really cheap. And I think the key to making the spider webs look really good and as realistic as possible is to stretch them as far as they can go, make them very, very thin, and they look much more realistic that way. Now for the main centerpiece of the table, I took a tall black candlestick that I had and I stuffed a big witch hat with some newspaper on the inside. And then I decorated the witch hat. It was just a black witch hat before, but I did what I did with the smaller witch hat decorations. I took flowers, I added some white, some pretty blues, purples, black flowers, some berries again, small pumpkins, spiders, and then I took more of that spider web and stretched it across and made it look really cool. These are some little bone details I added. They're just mini plastic bones. And I wrapped some black and white striped ribbon around it with a bow, again, to add a more feminine touch. I just love this frog skeleton, so I threw a few of those across the table too. And this is our bougie witch. She's fancy, she's all dressed up. I thought she was pretty cool. She has some pretty bow details, and I got the purple idea to add purple into the party from the details on the witch. Here's a pro tip for the backdrop. What I did is I bought a big piece of fabric that has these glitter skulls and pretty decorations on them. And so I hung that up with push pins on the back wall. And then I took more black fabric that I already had and hung them from the ceiling like curtains. And so it filled up the space. It made it look really witchy, like Haunted Mansion. And I just loved the way that that turned out. And it was really simple using supplies I already had. Now to cover the table, I used some fabric that I bought a few years ago at Joann, which is now out of business, unfortunately. But this was called coffin fabric, and I love it because it looks like the lining of an old coffin, and so it looked very Halloween to me. And so I pull it out every Halloween and use it for a different party or some kind of setup. I also used more spider webs going across the tablecloth, And this was easy because it stuck kind of right onto that tablecloth. And again, the trick to using this webbing is to stretch it as far as possible in different angles, just to make it look as real as you can. And because this is a witch tea party, I included an old vintage teapot that I had and placed it on my favorite gold bar cart. I also added a bowl with black and white striped suckers on the top. And I love these because they match those black and white striped bows that were on the table. When creating a party, anytime you can include matching elements, it makes the party seem more cohesive. On the top shelf, I also added a cute mini witch's broom along with a big set of skeleton keys that looked really cool. On the bottom shelf, I added a tiered silver tray that I had and put in some black and white cookies to match the party colors. And then I also used a jar and filled it with white rock candy. On the bottom shelf, I added more of the skeleton cakes that I made. And here's an overview of what the entire witch tea party looked like. If you like my Halloween party, I'd love for you to give the video a thumbs up and to share it with 3 of your Halloween loving friends who you think would like this too. I'd also love for you to follow along and subscribe. I share lots of creative content that I think you'll love. I made some cute witch party favors. It's that black and white striped box on the side. I took a black and white party favor box, added a mini broom to the top, and then tied a black bow around it and glued it to the top of the box. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think. Tell me which of these party decorations is your favorite and what you love about the party. If you like this video, I'd love for you to like it, to subscribe, to share it with friends, and hit that notification bell. It really helps out my channel a lot when you share it. Thank you.